just for 2 blocks and you just get in a car with a complete stranger, which, how old are you?
33.
All right, you're 33. I've never heard of somebody running and just picking up a complete, letting a complete stranger pick them up unless they had some nefarious things in mind. Here's the thing. If these drugs were found in the vehicle, they were not found on your person. Do you want a jury trial? Because you're telling me now you've gone from I deserve probation to basically I didn't do it.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
State versus Jerry Kyler McGee. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Ron Ross.
All right. Are you Mr. McGee?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You entered a plea of guilty to count 1. Count 2 was waived without objection. Just one moment. Let me let them finish over here. Okay. All right. Count 2 was waived without objection. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court found you guilty. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. The state is opposed to your application for community supervision. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 007651, 2024 AL 001409, and the following night magistrate numbers 751980, 751981, 751982, 751983, and 751984. In this case, no PSI was prepared. Defense counsel waived PSI. The court reset it to give parties a chance to have witnesses present if they wanted to have witnesses present. There was no objection to the court requesting the defendant's criminal history. Is that correct, counsel?
That is correct. You actually gave us the option of a PSA or to go forward, and we're going to opt to go ahead and go forward.
All right. All right. And state, you may continue your argument. All right. Defense.
Judge, may I ask my client some questions?
Yes. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jerry Kyler McGee.
All right. How old are you, Jerry?
33.
What kind of education do you have?
I have a bachelor's degree in biology and a double minor in mathematics and chemistry.
Okay. What is your work history?
I've worked for myself and as well as a few different laboratories and medical sales companies here in town. And that's kind of what I specialize in.
Here in town, okay?
Yes, sir.
Have you lived here all your life?
No, sir. I came to San Antonio in 2015 to attend a master's degree program and as well as work.
Did you ever leave San Antonio?
I left San Antonio for 1 year. I went to Waco, Texas for 1 year.
When did you return?
When I returned is when right about December of 2023.
About a year ago?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you married?
Yes, sir.
When you went to Waco, did your wife go with you?
She did.
Do you have any children?
I have a daughter. She's about to be 2 years old.
Okay, and when you returned to San Antonio, did you return with your wife and your child?
I did not.
Why not?
We were getting a divorce.
And where does she live now?
She lives in West Texas.
Do you see your child
I do.
very often?
As often as I can.
Okay, when you returned to San Antonio, were you able to get a job?
No, I was having a tough time finding a job.
Did you have a place to stay when you moved here?
I did.
Okay, and so how did you get into, you've had several incidences here. Most of them are misdemeanors or they're state jail felonies, small things, but how did you get into doing three different instances? How did you get into that?
I've just fell into the wrong crowd, and I take full responsibility for my actions. I shouldn't have been hanging around the people that I was with, and committing the same crimes that I had been charged with. I was down on my luck. I couldn't find a job, and I was doing anything possible to do what I needed to do to make money. and that was wrong of me. And but I know that I deserve probation, and I really know that I can take classes and do community service and be responsible about it. And I know it's something I can complete because I have done it before, and I know I can do it again. And I hope the court will grant leniency on me for that.
And also a job, you need a job. Are you gonna be able to get a job?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes.
One way or the other, you're gonna have to work. If you can't get a job in your field, you're gonna have to get a job.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
willing to do that?
Yes, sir, I am.
You understand if you're given probation, you mess up, you come back, you're gonna go to prison.
I do, and that will not happen.
Have you ever had probation except the one case 10 years ago? You ever had probation?
I've never been in trouble in my life since.
You ever been to prison?
I've never been to prison, no, sir.
Never been to jail more than a few days on these cases?
I never, no, sir. This is the longest time I've ever been in jail, a little over 3 months.
Yeah, what is the situation on your divorce with your wife? Has anybody filed?
Yes, filed. So we're currently, when I get out of here, it'll be finalized.
You're asking for probation. Do you
I am
understand?
asking
You
for
understand?
probation, yes.
Probation's not easy.
I know it's not easy, but I am a strict man. I've decided this is not for me. And I understand that I can't complete it. I come from a great family, I've got a great backing behind me, a great family behind me, and I know it's something that I can complete with in a timely manner and complete it successfully very easily.
Judge, I would ask you to give him probation, and I'd like to point out that the cases that we're going
Oh,
forward
but
on.
just one second. Do you have any questions? All right, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
You said you deserve probation.
So
What does that mean? That you deserve probation?
I feel like it's something that I deserve. I have not. My past history has shown that I have not, committed crimes. My whole life.
I just find that sort of like a weird
No, I would
statement.
appreciate. It's probably a better
Yeah.
word for it. Yes, ma'am.
Because it's
Something
people,
I don't deserve. Yeah, I
because
give it
people
to you.
deserve, in Bear County, people deserve people not to commit crimes,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're gonna go off the record.
We would like to send a supplement to states that wanted to.
All right, we're gonna go on the record. We're back on the record in 2025 CR 0002220 State versus Jerry McGee. Can I have parties re-announce for the record for the state?
And Harris Evans.
And
Defense.
Ron Ross for defense.
Right. And state, you stated you would like to supplement the record or supplement the stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, we have no objection here.
Yes. And
In addition, we have a stipulation for the record.
sure. And do y'all have the original stips? Were those given back to the clerk?
I don't know who they are. I never had them.
And it's on,
Again, Your Honor.
yes.
Apologies for the inconvenience.
No problem. Thank you. All right. And if both parties will give me a moment to review the
Sure.
additional stipulations. All right, the court has reviewed the supplemental. And defense, you wanted to add something?
Yes, Judge, the reports between the narratives and when they list the people involved, there's been some conflict between the different reports. They referred to my client as S1, S2, and I think at one time S3, and they've used the word P1, P2, and P3 and D1 and D3, I believe. We will stipulate that in this case, in fact, my client was the passenger in the car. He was the one that had the drugs. And I think that some of the reports refer to him as S2.
So do you understand your attorney's stipulations, and do you stipulate to what your counsel has just stated for the record?
Yes,
Anything else from either side?
State.
I would just ask you, Judge, to give my client probation, and what he did was he's not done anything that was aggressive or use of aggravated. They're third degree offenses or state jail offenses, the several different ones he had. He's testified he's had a bad year last year, mentally, emotionally. He has no prior, he has an education, he can go out and get a job. I would ask you to give him a chance on probation. And if you really want to hold a hammer on him, we didn't apply for it, but give him deferred. Really hold a hammer on it, but I don't see any reason for prison for him. I think he can get his life squared away.
All right, the court will note that he's charged with possession of drugs and not possession with intent to deliver. The court will note that there may have been some slight confusion with the police report and the way the police report was written. So the person who is in the vehicle with you, who is she to you, or who was she to you?
she was just a friend.
No, I mean, you just don't roll around in a stolen car with just a friend.
If you look at it, I was actually running, I was working out, and she picked me up in that car. So I was in the car for maybe 2 blocks.
Oh, so do you want a jury trial? Because if you're in the car for 2 blocks and you just get in a car with a complete stranger, which, how old are you?
33.
All right, you're 33. I've never heard of somebody running and just picking up a complete, letting a complete stranger pick them up unless they had some nefarious things in mind. Here's the thing. If these drugs were found in the vehicle, they were not found on your person. Do you want a jury trial? Because you're telling me now you've gone from I deserve probation to basically I didn't do it. I just completed my workout and I'm running, I guess, as a
No,
part of
I had a bag in the vehicle. I knew who she was. I had a bag in the vehicle that she just came out, and like I didn't expect her to be driving. She just came up.
No, here's the thing. We're not dealing with a stolen vehicle. What we're dealing with is you're in a vehicle with a lot of drugs.
Yes.
So what you just told me, and if I heard incorrectly, please correct me. I take no offense to it. You told me you had just finished working out. You barely know this person and they picked you up. So you got in a vehicle with them. Did I mishear?
That's what he said. That's what you said. That's correct. He also said he had a bag with him.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had a bag in the car.
So these are your drugs.
Of course, I'm doing this time.
So why do you have drugs?
Hmm?
Why do you have drugs?
I was pulling down on myself and using the wrong exits to do it. Getting a clear conscience now and having a time to reflect on it. I know it was a dumb decision and it's something I'm never going to do again.
All right, the court is going to find you guilty. I'm going to give you a choice. I will sentence you to 2 years in the prison today, or either I will place you on 8 years probation. Oh, so here's the thing. We don't need people in the background telling him what to do. This is not The Price is Right. All right, so what would you? All right. The court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment, within 30 days of release. There should be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. The state is taking in consideration NIGHTMAG number 751981, 751982, 751984. There's going to be field visits one time per month until further notice.
Apologies for the interruption.
Yes. Yes. There's to be no contact with what is that noise? Do you hear that? Am I the only person hear that?
Sounds like music.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Oh, no. Oh, no problem. I thought I was, I was losing my hearing. Thank you. There's to be no contact with Savannah Lee, Devin, Devin, Sanchez Martinez. Is there to be any restitution as it relates to this vehicle?
I'm not aware of anybody.
State.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Mr. McGee is not accused of the UUMD that arises out of the state.
That's true.
That should be both substance 1 4.
All right, there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors.
Except maybe his child, he has a child, if he has to see a child.
So,
No unsupervised contact with minors.
so to answer your question, Your Honor, there may be restitution, but as far as we can discern, Mr. McGee is not the one.
All right, so you all are not asking for restitution. That's my question.
Correct.
All right, thank you. So there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. The court will waive 50 of those hours once parenting classes are completed.
Probation will go wrong.
And probation, there can be a TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow TAP recommendations. And there's to be 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
What's your question? Like AA or NA
Okay.
every day?
Anything else you need in order to be successful?
No, ma'am, I appreciate you and appreciate the court today.
All right. Defense, is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony, this is not filled out. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel as though the probation officer is not addressing those issues, you can come back to the court and address them with the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Have a seat.
Yes.